world control. I bring you peace. It may be the peace of plenty and content, or the peace of unburied death.
Happy Halloween, live from New York, it's Ask an Engineer.
Hey everybody, it's us. Happy Halloween here from Mr. and Mrs. Pumpkins. No, I'm Lady Ada. This is Mr. Lady Ada. You can tell because he has a nice suit jacket on. And we're broadcasting live from the Adafruit factory here in downtown Manhattan. This is where we design, test, write code, manufacture, and ship out all of the goodies that people love to make their electronic Halloween costumes with. And we've got an exciting show for you tonight.
That's right.
All sorts of spooky and amazing things. Some new products, some videos, some it's not out yet, don't ask. Let's kick it off with this code.
Right.
What's the code?
On tonight's show, the code's Pablo. 10% off in the Adafruit store all the way up to 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Pablo's code. It supports us, an open source hardware company manufacturing in New York. Your orders is what fuels all of us. So thank you. Show and tell. People around the world showing and share their projects. This show and tell was bonkers. It was awesome. We'll talk about that. Mailbag, we'll read your letters to us. Time travel, look back in the world of makers, hackers, artists, engineers, pioneers, and stuff that's going on. Some made in New York factory footage. Nimbus, the friendly cloud entity, is going to stop by, talk about some Adafruit I/O and more. 3D printing with Noah and Pedro. Some microbit news, some Raspberry Pi stuff. We can do some new products. We're going to answer your question. Well, just one question now. We'll do more than one question. Multiple questions. Do some top secret because we have some fun stuff to show. Do a trivia question where we give something away, all that and more on you. Guessed it. Ask an Engineer.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, well, let's do a few things. Don't forget the code's Pablo. Use it on checkout. We have a few things going on. First thing is, this is Ask an Engineer every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Show and tell we just did that every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. If you're in Manhattan and you're checking out before 11 a.m., you can get same-day delivery. It's an option on checkout.
We have awesome freebies. That's right.
Yeah.
When you order from us from now until we run out of stuff, you can get all sorts of cool free stuff. $99 or more will give you a free Perma-Proto half-sized breadboard, really useful for making permanent projects. Can't have enough. At $150 or more, we'll send you a free Trinket M0 that runs CircuitPython. It's small, it's teeny, but it's incredibly powerful. $200 or more for UPS shipping. $250 or more, you also get a Gemma M0, which is like the Trinket M0, but round and wearable.
Yeah.
Has built-in switch and a battery socket and all that. Great for making Python-powered portable projects. And at $300 or more, you get a Circuit Playground Express, which is our amazing all-in-one learning platform. It has all sorts of sensors, capacitive touch, buttons, beepers, all sorts of good stuff. And of course, at every level, you get everything from the previous levels. So if you order $300 or more, you get everything you see here.
Yeah, so we're doing this, and this is weird because, electronic sites don't do this. Maybe you'll get like a free shipping or something. Maybe you get something, but like a coupon to buy stuff later. We're like, here's free hardware with your order.
Yeah, and hardware you want. This is good hardware.
Yeah,
useful.
It lasts a very long time.
And then, this is all fresh stuff that's very recent. So you're going to get the newest and the best.
Yeah. Okay. On checkout, we have additional shipping tiers with DHL for international. We also added more types of shipping, UPS to more states. USPS to more states, and then UPS has always been in everywhere. For DHL Canada, UK, Germany, France, Belgium, Ireland, Italy, Netherlands, Portugal, Spain, and with UPS now, similar to DHL, we have the option for taxes, fees, all that paid on checkout. So lots of interesting API integration with all the shipping stuff. We work on it a lot to make shipping even easier. So shipping more places, more everything. Tell your friends. Okay, you want to do some show and tell action? Yeah, I'm still kind of recovering from show and tell. That was good.
Intense.
Yeah, all right, show and tell. People around the world showing and sharing their projects. Occasionally also talking LED, white dogs and blue cats and all sorts of things.
Yeah, this was a jam-packed show and tell. Sort of slow, but it really blasted off into space, as it were. We had some Adafruit folks. JP, John Park, has tomorrow, he's got a 1 p.m. John Park's workshop where he's going to be doing some live builds for some chill and cool projects. It's really hot where he lives right now. And he also talked about the guide that he just made live, the Circuit Playground Express UFO project, which you can make a really fun little UFO project. You can 3D print or craft your own UFO, put a Circuit Playground Express in it. It makes bleepy sounds like it's coming to get you with its tractor beam, and also the lights spin around. And depending on the angle, they spin and are different colors. So it's a really fun Circuit Playground Express project. And it's in CircuitPython, which is great. Noah and Pedro have this week's 3D Hangouts project. It's an MP3 player based on the Feather M0, and it's actually a Twin Peaks prop. I haven't watched the new Twin Peaks, but apparently a character has a really cool looking hearing aid, and so this looks just like that, but it can play MP3s. So really good for cosplay, or maybe you just want to have a really cool MP3 player. This one's pretty cool. Blitz City DIY is doing a Misty Room project for Halloween at her place based on Stranger Things. And this one is when somebody touches, I guess, the capacitive touch or some piezo sensor, it'll trigger the LEDs, the Christmas lights. So it's I guess Stranger Things has Christmas lights that light up. So if you're going to a party, just pretend I didn't tell you that, so you can figure out the mystery. Adam had a scan electron microscope update. The new machine that he got, he's doing a bring up. He was having some issues. He showed off some very scary exposed high voltage wires, but he's fixing the wiring. It's probably why it was decommissioned, because of these broken wires. But with some sleuthing, he has determined them. He's going to fix them and making progress. Coding Pro has a Pinbox kit. It's a cardboard pinball machine that you can build. It's actually we're going to carry soon.
Yep.
Yeah, don't ask. They updated it to auto-detect score and turns with, I guess, some conductive foil, and when the metal ball touches those parts, the score goes up, and also keeps track of how many balls you've gone through, because you can only have 3, of course. And that's pretty nice. It has a little LCD, and it has your pinball scored on it, so a really nice Arduino project. Zoe has updated her pumpkin to have spooky eyes. It's got like Philby TFT eyes, and it moves. It's battery powered, so it's good for portable action. More candy. More candy. Demand the candy. Don't leave without the candy.
Yeah, and even if you get like a crummy apple or something like that, because I know that when I was a kid, it's like, watch out for apples because something happened. I think it's fine now.
No, they're just gross.
But you got a show and tell sticker.
Yeah, you got a sticker.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Not edible, but still good.
JMK went to New York City Maker Fair and got a Arduino kit. It's got LCDs, it's got buttons, and it's going to get upgraded to run MicroPython with JMKOS. So come back and show us some more updates. It's a really sweet. It's like a suitcase with like stuff in it, and there's like a headphone jack. It's going to be nice. Azure has a Nerf gun that they showed off, and it has like a glowing power button, has an LED effects thing. But the brilliant part about this gun is it has 3 12-volt fans, and the gun doesn't shoot bullets, it shoots love. And it's, by love I mean cool, cold air, because when you're at a conference, it's just really, there's all these people, it's packed.
Yeah, if you
want something to cool you off.
Also, you might be in costume or something. Also, the planet's on fire.
Yeah.
So you got to cool off. JP was on the show telling he's like, it's 100 degrees, and it's not meant to be that hot.
It's not meant to be that hot.
But no, you can use your Nerf gun to cool you off.
Apparently there's a conference, like a fursuit conference. They went there and they cooled off people. And then M-Blade Akita blew us away with a full Akita fursuit. So there's really adorable white dogs with the curly tails. And it has like 300 embedded NeoPixel LEDs, and it's got a teensy and 3 control buttons, and there's like a dozen different modes that can go into, and like it's rainbow and flashing, and there's buttons in the paws, and some people high five the character. It flashes.
The best part about the project is the operating system for it. The way to control it is you tap buttons on one hand, and it has numbers of what mode it is, and if you wait for that, it goes to that. So you don't have to. It's brilliant
because it's tough. You're like, you have paws on, so you can't like noodle around with little switches. And also, you want to kind of not be clear how.
Also, you don't want an LCD screen. You like the costume itself is the interface.
Yeah, if you're a dog, dogs don't carry tablets.
Well,
you can't like pull a tablet out. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
In New York, some of the dogs that we see, they have their own phones.
Yeah, they do have their own phones. But
they have really nice clothes too.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, no, they're very fashionable, but it's unusual.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's the show and tell.
Okay.
Amazing. Check it out. Go watch this one.
Participants in the show and tell. Get seen on the show and tell sticker.
Half an hour
Email
of joy.
support@adafruit.com. If your kid, make sure your parents email us because we're supposed to say that. Okay. Next week, And of course, going on right now is Halloween. So if you
It's Halloween all
want to
month.
come on the show and tell next week with your costumes, feel free to, because like this is the show and tell before Halloween next week. Halloween's on Tuesday, I think.
Yeah, but that way when they're done, they can
Yeah.
wear it one last time.
Yeah, you get to wear it one last time. So that's next week. So show up on the show and tell. Just look for it on Google Plus, the Adafruit account, and it's in events. Okay, next up. This is all part of our Adafruit Live series. If you want to be around cool people who make stuff at all times, just go to adafruit.it/Discord. That is our Discord channel. That is where we have the CircuitPython channel, the live stream channel, all the people right now watching the video are watching it there. And it's the 24/7 hackerspace you can bring your granddaughter to. We also get a lot of good ideas from the community on pretty much everything we do now. It's where we put our breaking news. It's where you hang out. Because it's an Adafruit server, we're able to do things like have good moderation and bots. They won't kick you off because it's your server.
Yeah.
You're Lady Adaf there.
I'm
You're
there.
always going to be Lady Adaf
Yes.
there. Okay. Let's go over to a preview of JP's live video for tomorrow. It's spooktacular,
I think this is the post view of this guide that he put out. But whatever.
but it's scary.
It's still scary.
Yeah, it's Halloween. So most of the puns and jokes I do might be Halloween related.
That's fine.
Okay. All right, some CircuitPython news. CircuitPython is our easy-to-use, educational Python for microcontrollers. Some stuff that's happening. I guess we could talk about a few things. We've been modding the guides. I'll get rid of this for a second. So the Gemma and Circuit Python stuff is now coming together, is merging.
Yep.
So you can look at the Gemma guides. If it was Arduino, probably has some CircuitPython
Yeah,
stuff
we've
now.
now updated another 5 guides. There's more happening. We're doing some every single week. So guides are being updated.
Yeah.
The Gemma guides, and we'll get to the Trinket guides.
Yeah, and also, remember I was talking about Discord before, a long time ago?
Yeah.
Well,
Well?
our series of Code Plus community graphics are out. So on some of your favorite sites, Hackaday, and this is the Hackaday button they gave me because I started it so a long time ago, and I'm like, I really want one of these buttons. They're on Hackaday, they'll be on Make, and you'll see these maybe around the internet. We're trying to let folks know there's a community and there's code, and it's CircuitPython. It comes together. So you'll see these graphics. We got this idea from the CircuitPython chat. So yeah, I guess it's like the super futuristic, advanced, good version of a focus group. Mood boards. What do you think? And it's
A or B?
Well, at first we were going to do these, and it was going to be like, well, maybe we could say like what the processor is with this, and someone said, it's really important that all this comes with this community. So it's like, you know what, Code Plus community equals CircuitPython. So yeah, that's happening right now. Also, stuff with Make Code. What's neat is it's been back to school time. So a lot of educators are using Circuit Playground Express for Make Code. Check out makecode.adafruit.com. If you have a Circuit Playground Express, please plug it in to your computer, USB. Go to makecode.adafruit.com. Take it for a spin. You got blocks, you got JavaScript. Do a bunch of stuff. Have fun with it.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Next up, mailbag. Unpack it. I deliver the mail. So these are the emails that y'all send to us. We read these at our all company meeting that we do every week called State of the Fruit. And here is the latest. This one is a few years ago, Adafruit published a story about my daughter, and I was working on a space balloon project. Link there. I figured I owe Adafruit an update after working on the space balloon. The new projects emerged for my daughter during her 5th grade year. She participated in her school's first LEGO League robotics team. From there, she has gone on to be a student mentor for the team for the past 2 years. During the season, she even spurred on the creation of an all-girls team at school. This is mostly in part because she wants to show that girls can be engineers and programmers. She had noticed in the past the girls on the teams were sometimes steamrolled by the boys. Often statements like "you're only a girl" would be said by the boys. She had made a personal goal just to show how much girls can do when it comes to robotics. She has taken this love of technology and begun to spread it to as many people as she can. I just want to crew at Adafruit to know how much they have helped influence the next generation of makers and builders. Matthew, volunteer robotics coach.
Yay, thanks, Matthew.
Yeah. There you go. Good work.
It happens.
All of us.
Yes.
Yeah. That's cool. Okay. Don't forget, you can also call us and leave a message on BitStab. You can do it. That's how we also get the mailbags. Okay. Time travel, look back in the world of hackers, makers, artists, and engineers, and more. Happy birthday, Alice Perry. Alice Perry's known for a couple things. First, Irish poet. Second, she was the first woman in Ireland or Great Britain to graduate with a degree in engineering.
Huh.
You're like a code poet. You're like an engineering poet.
That's neat.
Yeah.
She was a poet and engineer.
Yeah, Alice Perry.
Nice.
And this is why the time travel section of our site's neat, because you'd think, like, oh, first woman in Ireland or UK to get an engineering degree, it would be top of mind. Everyone would know. So because maybe it's not yet, that's why we have it in time travel.
Yeah.
A couple other things in time travel this week.
All the things you learned.
Yeah. Next up, you got your Facebook account back, some folks asked,
Yay.
and you were greeted by a severed blue hand.
It's like a dead hand.
It's like Dr. Manhattan, where's the rest of his body?
Yeah.
So you were greeted, this is your, like, hey, take a screenshot, and it says, welcome back, one more. And during that same day, there was this meme going around. So we think that the hamburger helper creature,
Yeah.
And
When it gets cold and dies, that's what the blue hand is.
maybe, but then they had a skeleton thing, so someone tweeted this. And so you're back. Where the rest of the body is, we don't know. But if the blue hand has a skeleton, it might look like this.
Yeah.
I did some investigative journalism, and this is what I dug up.
Nice.
Yeah. All
Good work.
Yeah. Okay. You were at a conference yesterday. Why
Yes.
the future economy is in play. Lamar Freed, Zach Klein, Adam, Christina Miller, president of Cartoon Network, Zach's person, Minecraft,
and Chuck Salter was
Chuck
running it.
Salter. Excellent panel. Here they are. I think there's a video. If there is, we'll post it up. Here's you and Mitch Resnick. You were showing Circuit Playground. Here's you and Minecraft and MIT, just to give them just where they're from. And then here's you and the president of the Cartoon Network hanging out. So if you
Yeah,
like,
it was fun.
If you like Powerpuff Girls, if
It
you
was.
like,
It was really interesting.
Swim.
It was
Yeah.
like how do we have community in the future, right? Like it's Cartoon Network. They have shows, but it isn't just about watching the show. There's a community around it. So they were kind of interested in like how do companies create community, and we were.
you had a
wondering
great
that.
quote. Someone says, "Well, what do you make at Adafruit?" And you said, "We make community."
Yeah.
That was great. Good work.
Yeah. Well, I totally got the idea from the Circuit Python end.
Yeah.
So I got it from the community.
Remix. Yeah. So we'll see. We want to chat with the Cartoon Network people later because we have some ideas on how to get kids who watch cartoons into code. We have things like Circuit Playground, the video series. We have things like Circuit Playground, the board. And that'd be kind of neat. I'd like to see some Powerpuff Girls teach some coding.
I think that would be good.
Asking for a friend.
Yeah.
So that's what...
Power Python girls.
Oh, boy. That was supposed to be It's Not Out Yet, Don't Ask.
Yeah,
Nah, I'm just
okay,
kidding.
no.
Okay. And then here's a little video from the event. It's just 18 seconds long. It's you in front of that 3M screen.
Yeah.
So here we go.
That was a weird screen.
Okay, so next up, we're an open source hardware company, so that means we have a bunch of guides. We have 1,310. This week, what's on the scoreboard?
Okay, so we have the Circuit Playground Express piano and key line. This is by Kattni. Oh, can you hide me? So I can show that thing. It's a project using a Circuit Playground Express and Circuit Python, and this is Kattni's first guide. And it's how to make a piano using limes, and it's in the key of limes because they're key limes, and using the capacitive touch detection to detect when the limes have been touched, and then make a piezo tone or a buzzer tone when that happens. So it's a really good guide. It's really detailed. So it's a really good first Circuit Playground Express project in Python. We've got the UFO flying saucer with Circuit Playground Express. We just thought it would be like a fun project. You were playing the Close Encounters theme a lot, and so I thought, hey, let's make a little UFO project. We've got this week's 3D Hangouts, the MP3 feather that's based on a Gordon Cole outfit with a feather M0 and an MP3 feather wing. So it's 3D printed, but you can also just build the project without the 3D print part. It's got buttons and volume knob and all that good stuff. And then I forgot to make this live before. It's the Joy Feather Wing guide. So using the Joy Feather Wing with your favorite feather, we now have that available. So you can install the Seesaw library and have fun with your feather.
Okay. Other thing that's going on, we have a video from Erin. She's starting a project, and she's put it on the Learn system, and there's a guide, and so here's the video. Factory footage. Here are some scenes from around the fruit. Here we go. All right, and we have some others. So as you can imagine, we're getting ready for some M4 stuff. So these are videos of the Metro M4 being made. The previous one had some, music and some sounds.
Yeah, this is the prototype. So we made 25 prototypes.
Yeah.
So that's why they were kind of done by hand, because
Yep.
it's not panelized. But these are what our beta testers are using
Yep.
to get our M4 support
Yeah.
tested and running.
And this is the prototypes that, if you're a community member on Discord and you're in the CircuitPython chat and you're doing stuff with us, we send unreleased hardware to people now.
Yeah.
We're crazy like that.
Ooh.
So just do cool stuff and you get hardware. Here is a beautiful moon set outside of the Adafruit factory. This is what our pick and places fall asleep to or wake up to. They have a nice view. Go New York. Okay. Nimbus, the friendly cloud entity, is here with some IO news. So remember, we all live through lots of IoT services. They're like, put all your data on it, do all this stuff, and then they're like, hey, we're sunsetting this wonderful journey to spend time with the kids because there was no business model. And some people are using Adafruit IO, which is free. There's always going to be a free version, but they said we want to even use it more. So we said, okay, fine.
Great.
We have a pro account now.
We can do that.
Yeah, so Adafruit IO, it's our IoT service for makers. We have all sorts of friendly things, like the terms of service is 7 items. We have an update. First one is, please start using it if you're using it a lot because there's a pay model. You said, I'll pay for it if you have it. So now we got it. So now you gotta do it. And we have a new Mqtt topic for tracking connections. New feature, Mqtt client connections. If you want to see it, it'll show up in your connection section. We just had a huge script that we did for an IoT video where we learned all about the publish and subscribe and broker model for MQTT.
Yeah.
One cool thing about MQTT that not a lot of people know about, a Facebook engineer, she came up with the idea to use MQTT and it saved them a bunch.
Yeah, for Messenger
Of
on
data.
mobile, because it's a
Yeah.
very lightweight protocol compared to HTTP.
Yeah, originally it was used to get sensor data off oil pipelines because they just had to use satellites.
That's right.
Yeah. What's your favorite status on MQTT? I'll tell you mine. Let me tell you mine.
I kind of just like publish.
I like the last will writes. No, because it's if it doesn't work out, it's hey, delete the.
Pretty goth.
No, it's a neat thing because it's hey, if things don't work out, here's what you should do.
Yeah.
That's a nice.
Yeah, it's a nice thing that they
touch.
added.
Yeah. Anyways.
I like publish because it's like, look, this is the minimum.
I like
You gotta
subscribe.
Publish.
Yeah.
Publish.
Subscribe.
Publish.
Ooh. Subscribe.
Publish.
All right, we got some 3D printing videos to look at. Subscribe. So we had this on the show and tell, and this is Noah and Pedro's project of the week. This is from Twin Peaks.
But it's also a good MP3 player.
It's also good to subscribe.
Publish.
Okay, fine. It's published. So we have another video. It's a sped up video. It's a Hug Me Ghost.
Yum.
Yeah.
Spooky, yet lovable.
And check out 3D Hangouts every Wednesday with Noah and Pedro. I'm so glad they're using the fog machine on a regular basis. Next up, Microbit. We do Microbit Mondays where we have projects every week. This one, Lorraine did a really cool slide deck of Microbit real-world applications and use.
Oh.
And it's on the SlideShare on the intranets. So
wait, I sent that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, that's a good idea.
From your late night RSS reading, which you had subscribed to.
I subscribe. Publications.
But someone published, but you had to subscribe to it.
And then I published it to you.
Right. And because of the subscription. Anywho, so it's on our Microbit Monday section. If you see cool Microbit projects, send it to support at. Yeah, let us know. We cover them every week. Next up, there's a Raspberry Pi project I wanted to show you all. So this is, I think it was featured on the Pi blog. So this is a pinball machine.
Whoa,
now
pinball's a theme.
There's a dealio with pinball machines. Sometimes those displays, maybe they don't work, maybe you want something else. And someone went through extraordinary efforts and they have the display working and they're driving it with a Raspberry Pi.
Oh, neat.
And this is an animated GIF, which kind of makes our video broadcasting system here grind to a halt, but I'm going to still play it anyway. So this is the animated GIF that is played by the Raspberry Pi on the display for the Twilight Zone pinball machine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so let's see if this works
spooky.
out. Yeah, let's see if this works out.
Okay.
So here it is, and this is the graphics. Town Square Madness. All targets. 350,000 points. Gumball loaded. I think Rod Sterling shows up at some point. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of this is like, managing the dots. It's like a
Yeah.
full-time, like for when you look at pinballs, like there's a person who designs the board, and then someone who does sound effects, and then like somebody who does the LED programming because it's like intense. So we went to the pinball, not like it's a full pinball arcade.
Yeah, the
and
museum.
Oh,
no, the place in New York. We went to a
Yeah.
museum, but I know what you're talking about.
yeah, and it's like the displays on the modern ones are amazing.
Yeah. All pinball places smell like socks, but it's so worth it.
Yeah.
This is the way it is. Okay. Let's keep moving. Lady Ada, it's almost time for new products, but before that, everybody should know the discount code. Okay. It's Pablo. The reason it's Pablo, by the way, it's Pablo Picasso's birthday.
Oh,
Yeah. On our blog, we did some light painting projects before, and a million years ago, Pablo Picasso did some light painting, so that's why that was there. So, all right, get your voice ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Oh man, that was really good. I didn't think of that. Good work. Okay,
Publish.
well, this week, here we go.
Okay. We've got some parts if you would like to make your own Strand Beast 3D printed little friend. So this is the Humble Velocipede Ligaments kit. So this is a kit from Dana Wall here at Adafruit. And with these parts, you can make your own velocipede. And these are the parts that, especially if you're laser cutting, these are the parts that you want to have 3D printed. So this is handy if you're making it. We also sell the bent wire that goes in the center. So between this and that, you can kind of build your own velocipede no matter what.
Okay. Next up. What's this?
This is an assembled Feather 32U4 Bluefruit. This is a really popular board. It has a 32U4 processor, 8-bit AVR. People like it because it's a really well-known chip. Works great with Arduino. We put a Bluetooth module on there, and you can use it to do all sorts of cool Bluetooth low-energy things. This one is fully assembled and comes with stacking headers, so you don't even need to solder anything if you want to get started with developing your Bluetooth applications.
This is a Feather Bluefruit.
It's a Bluefruit.
So what type of IDEs and things could you use with this? 'Cause
This one
folks always
is
ask.
for use with Arduino.
Arduino.
Yeah, pretty much only.
Got it. Later on, there'll be other feathers that are Bluetooth that probably will be CircuitPython, I bet.
You can use the M0 Feather, but we don't have support for the Bluetooth module yet. So right now, nothing. But for this one, you can use it with Arduino.
Maybe in a Not Out, Don't Ask, we'll share something one day. Maybe not today.
But not today.
Yeah. Okay. Next up.
You wanted to show this again. This is the INA Feather Wing from last week because we got a really nice animated GIF.
That's right.
So let's show it. So this shows, some LEDs being driven by a feather with an OLED feather wing and an INA feather wing, and you can see it's small, but you can see in the top left corner. Maybe you can zoom in on the top left. The OLED display. Can you?
I'll try. It's a little hard sometimes live, but I can try to do this.
Yeah.
So what do you want?
Just to the.
You want this, and you want this zoomed in like.
Yeah,
like
but
this?
then to the. Yeah, perfect.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly what I want. Okay, so you can see the voltage and current is being calculated and displayed dynamically. So this can be really helpful when you're power monitoring something, or you have a project and you want to like know how much current and voltage is happening over there on the LEDs or whatever it is that you're controlling. It can do up to 26 volts, positive or negative, and up to about 3 amps. So handy.
Yeah.
You want to show off this cool GIF.
Okay.
Nice GIF action.
All right. Next up.
We have kind of a new product. It's the Mqtt 31865 RTD. This is a platinum RTD sensor amplifier. We've had this before for the PT100, the 100 ohm platinum sensors, and now we have this for PT1000. It has a different reference resistor, so it's much better for use with PT1000 sensors. And I can show it on the overhead because it's worth going over these again.
That's my stage name, PT1000.
PT1000.
Yeah.
So this is the sensor, and you can use it with your favorite microcontroller, and it has terminal blocks. You can use it with 2, 3, or 4 wire RTDs, and this is an RTD that we have in the store. For example, this one is at PT100. You can tell because it says PT100, but you can purchase ones that are 1,000 ohms, and so honestly, you'd probably want to use that with this, not the 100 that I grabbed out of the bin. But it looks the same, and it has a piece of platinum that's been laser trimmed in this metal casing, and it's just really, really high precision. So if you're doing any like scientific experimentation, especially, or if you need to get like very, very high accuracy and very, very high reliability temperature sensors, you'll pay more for an RTD compared to a DS18B20, but it's like what you use. Like it's like the best temperature reference you can get that we know of on planet Earth is a PT type sensor. So now if you have a PT1000, grab one of these, and it's super easy. We have a library that'll get you started.
Okay. All right. Next up, the star of the show tonight beside you is Adabot and all the characters. No, there's a screen.
This is a feather wing. It's a 3.5 inch TFT feather wing. So if you have feather boards and you want a really big display, this is a really big display. It's 480 by 320 pixels, full color. Comes with a touch screen, and you just plug your feather in. It's fully assembled, so it's kind of nice. Got some mounting holes. You can plug into the back. It's got an SD card slot, an on-off switch, reset button. So it's very easy to make a little touch screen interface. So we can go to the overhead. I can show off. So this is basically the demo that we photographed. So you see here I've got a Teensy 3.2 feather wing. So this is actually a Teensy 3.2 that is a feather adapter. Because this is a really big display, I do recommend people go with the bigger chips. You can drive it from a 32U4, but I don't recommend it. You really want something that's running at least 48 megahertz. So the M0s, the ESP8266, the ESP32 is super fast. The Teensy is very, very fast. And it has this nice touch screen, so you can draw your favorite messages. Then the touchscreen controller is over SPI, so you only need like 5 pins to do everything with this display. You get plenty of pins left over. And then I can also show another demo. So here's one with the ESP32. So the ESP32 is like super, super fast. So let's see if I can get this demo up and running. So you can see it's like, it's zoom in. Yeah, this is very, 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 very fast. It's super optimized. So the ESP32 is kind of like the best option because it's just like ultra high speed. But I think the M4 will be as fast as well. Yeah, I mean it's getting close to Raspberry Pi speed. Yeah. So you could probably get 30 frames per second from this. So I thought this would be good for very high res interfaces. You wanted to maybe have a touch control, and ESP32 runs Python, so you could write this in Python if you wanted to.
Yeah,
MicroPython.
You could.
Yeah. So yeah, and then you can just unplug.
From beginners to experts, everything is possible with this.
Yeah. So you get the SD slot, and then this is where your feather plugs in. But yeah, any feather works with every and all feathers, but we recommend the faster ones just for your sanity, because otherwise it'll take a long time to display data. There's just so many pixels to draw.
Yeah, like Greg said in the chat, this is like perfect for a weather station.
Yeah, a really high resolution weather station, you are set.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, that's
Well,
what's new. So let's go over.
yeah, that was the new products, and now to do our new product recap. All right, what was on the show this week?
Okay, recap time. We've got a ligaments kit for the Humble Velocipede. You want to make your own one of these? They're super cute, Strand Beasts. We've got a kit of 3D printed parts that make it much easier. You can use a laser cutter or 3D printer.
Next up.
We have a fully assembled Feather 32U4 Bluefruit. This is a 32U4 processor, our Bluefruit module, and it comes with stacking headers.
Okay, next up.
We have a Max 31865 Platinum amplifier sensor, so very high precision Platinum 1000 PT 1000 sensors. You can now interface them with your microcontroller and with this really high quality amplifier that will manage all of that resistor measuring for you for really precise temperature measurements. And the star of the show is the 3.5-inch TFT Featherwing. It's 480 by 320 pixels of glorious color. It's super fast. It's fully assembled. Plug in any feather into the back. You have an SD card slot, backlight management, touch screen controller, all that stuff really good for making interfaces with your feather.
Okay, and that is the new products of the week. Good work, Lady Ada.
New.
Okay. All right. Don't forget, the code is Pablo, 10% off in the Adafruit store, all the way up to 11:59 p.m. tonight. Lady Ada, we have some secret stuff.
Yeah.
It's not out yet. Don't ask.
I'm clearing off my stuff. So you can show
Electronics, get out of the vault.
Okay.
Onto the overhead.
You want to show these first?
Do this. Yeah, I got one. So this is just part of what we're going to be doing in Discord. So if you're a Discord community member in the Adafruit server, these are badges that you can iron on or pin on. This is community members, and then if you're a helper, you get one of these. And then these are the stickers. So we're going to have each one of these. We talked to Discord. They said they were cool with this. So we'll have these soon, and we'll be giving them away free in all sorts of ways. Next up, you probably want to talk about the M4, don't you?
Yeah, well, we made 25 of these Metro M4s. So this is the SAMD51. It's running at 120 megahertz, although I think we can probably overclock it to 150. It's a Cortex M4 processor, so it's got DSP. It's super, super fast. Of course, it's 32-bit. It's got all the extras that you want with an M4, so you can be very speedy. It runs, it runs Arduino right now. We have Arduino core for it that works. And we're working on the CircuitPython core. We have a few other of these, so if you are a contributor to CircuitPython or Arduino and you're part of the Discord community, we might be able to get you one. Pop into the Discord chat and tell us that you're going to be doing some cool stuff.
Yeah.
And if you promise to beta test and help us.
I should say, too,
Yeah.
the other thing is, all you really have to do is help out, do some community work in Discord.
Yeah.
We really need folks to do stuff with the M4
Yeah.
processor. So if you're on GitHub and can do pull requests, or can help manage the community,
Put
or
in issues,
put in issues, or
test hardware.
Yeah, code reviews, stuff like that. Just make sure, we can't give free hardware to everyone who's not going to do anything. This
Yeah.
has to be like, hey, show us some
Because we
code.
only have like 2 left.
Yeah, we have to make more. So those are things. I have a little bit of a weird, not yet. We're not going to sell these because I think this company is getting sued at the moment. But I bought one of these. We're going to take it apart. This is a Tick Box, and it's this Android device. And I guess everyone was like watching movies that like are pirated or something. So, anyways, this is this Android box that does 4K, and it has all sorts of ports and everything, and you can plug it into a TV. So we're going to take it apart and see what's going on it. But
I wonder if it's a Marvel chip.
yeah, that's the reason. Yeah, it does
4K, wow.
3840 by
TV
2160.
box. And
yeah,
it streams from what?
from the internet. 64-bit CPU, 4-core CPU, 4K UCD. Let's see if there's any other words on this. It's an Android TV box, the ultimate. Let me get rid of the stuff here. Yeah. So, ultimate quad-core smart TV device. You can watch unlimited movies, TV series, and sports. And it's the future of entertainment. And it works on Wi-Fi. And
All right.
yeah.
This is your thing.
well, yeah. I when I saw I'm on all these like legal newsletters and stuff like that, and when I see big media companies going after device makers, I try to buy up one of them real quick.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Just to make sure I have one in my history of devices that got banned.
Yeah. Did you want to show off your little game thing, too?
No, I'll do that next week.
Okay.
Because I want to plug it into USB and such.
Oh, yeah.
And such.
And such.
Okay, let's answer some questions. If you want your question asked, you have to, you must, you should go to Discord
Discord.
because that's where we do it.
That's what we're doing it now.
Yeah,
to
so it
make our
makes it
lives
easier to
good.
do that. So just go to adafruit.it/Discord.
We deserve good lives.
Well, so does the community.
Yeah.
So let's do some questions. I'm not saying we won't answer them elsewhere. I'm just saying we'll probably more likely answer them on Discord. Okay, here we go. Is there any chance of a Metro ESP32 Express? I want the R3 form factor Wi-Fi BLE32 ESP32 on Python for a much better price than all SMTs. All the Atmel ones. I suppose the Etro M4 plus ESP would be cool.
I think that we're looking at ESP32 as a platform for CircuitPython, but we have some things that we want it to do that it doesn't quite do yet. So that's not our next target. So we might do it, but it's like not anytime soon.
Okay. Next up, publish or subscribe. That's easy. Subscribe.
Publish.
Is it okay for the Trellis to run on 3 volts?
You know what? A lot of electronics that are 5 volts, you can run them on 3, and if it works, it works. So it's worth trying. I mean, even though they're not necessarily spec'd for it, I found that 5 to 3 is not so bad. 3-volt electronics often won't run at 2 volts or lower, but 5 to 3, it's worth a try.
Yeah. Question in Discord: how can we become a helper? Easy. Help people.
Help people.
And we have a lot of things. It's not just if you can code.
We also have a lot of beginner-friendly items labeled on GitHub. So if you go to like the CircuitPython repo, for example, and you sort by, there's a way to click labels and you look for the beginner-friendly stuff. There's a lot of very easy beginner-friendly stuff that you can get started. And helping out with some of those things, they're designed for people who are really just starting out, will be a really good way to help.
Yeah.
And that way you don't have to worry about like, oh, I don't want to take on something too hard. We've already pre-labeled the easy stuff.
Can Mblade and Azure take over the show and tell? And yes, and it'll be called Fur and Tell. Someone already answered that question.
It's totally fine.
It's Fur and Tell every week from now on. I'm fine with that.
I love furries.
Yeah.
They're just so happy.
Yeah. Next up, I've learned the ESP32 quite a bit. How can I help with the CircuitPython port?
Well, okay. I mean, if you're an advanced programmer, the biggest part of the circuit...
USB.
What?
Someone said USB.
No, there's actually no USB on the ESP32, which is part of the things that we're looking at. But having CircuitPython for the ESP32 that would support the CircuitPython APIs, so bus I/O, and like the I2C and all of the digital I/O. So basically, starting with digital input in-out, which is our library that our built-in library that does pin management, starting with that, and then Pulse I/O, which is our PWM management, so porting that. That's what the really tough stuff is. And the other tough stuff is we have to figure out a good USB interface, but that's something that we're working on. It's the library porting of the low-level I/O stuff that's a lot tougher.
Okay, well,
not tougher, but
Scott, Dan, Tony, Ladiator are all in CircuitPython on Discord. Bring out your skills.
Yeah.
You'll at least get a badge, for sure. And probably free hardware. Next up, can I supply different voltages to get a buzzer to make different tones?
No, buzzers require a PWM signal to make tones. They don't have voltage to frequency. You can get chips that do voltage to frequency, but for piezo's, what you want to do is change how fast you toggle the pin, not the voltage of the pin.
Okay, column counting for USB battery packs and INA 219 and pulling a few times by a second, my best bet?
Yeah, you could do that, absolutely. It's not uncommon. You could even set up a timer and have it run every millisecond. Or, the INA 219 is very fast, and it can do bidirectional. So if you put the INA 219 between your battery, it should be able to measure both data power going in and out. It's not designed for column counting, but you can do it.
Okay, there's a lot of support for Azure and Mblade to do Fur and Tell 1 week. So how about you both figure out a way to find each other? And if you get enough folks, we can have Fur and Tell. We just need enough people doing this.
Yeah, we need like 5 or 6.
Yeah, we'll do Fur and Tell.
5 or 6.
That's how easy it is. This is the benefit of not having venture capital or loans.
Yeah, if we had VCs, I'd say you can't do that.
Or it would be like, is there a way that we could monetize them? No, you can't.
You can't.
Furries are free.
No. Free the furries.
Free range furries. Okay. What does the IDE prefer for development and porting?
I actually use Emacs, but I know there's something wrong with me. A lot of people in the community like Atom. That's very common. And a lot of people also like Eclipse if they're advanced.
Okay.
But for simple Python,
There's nothing wrong with it. This is all, we accept all.
I can know, but there's also people who are like, I use Makefiles and Vim, and that's
Yeah.
fine too. Really, anything that you like is
Yeah.
fine.
Okay. Next up, is there a way to do normal Bluetooth with Bluetooth LE?
No,
That was easy.
sorry. It was easy.
No. Okay. Yeah, Eclipse has a couple of votes. All right. Unless I see another question, we're going to move on to giveaway. What do you want to give away
We're
this
going
week,
to give
by the way?
away a 3.5-inch
Oh.
TFT Featherwing. What?
I'll do
What?
one more question.
What?
Any plans to do through-hole dot stars?
Ooh, we can't find them, and they would be like 8 pins. So
If anyone finds them,
you
email
find them, let me
email
know.
PT Adafruit. We'll check it out.
yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll just do one more. I am building a game console using Upward while I'm waiting to build my basic game using Unity 3D. I want to show both the console and the game off one day. How do I get in the show and tell? Oh, easy. Just go to our Google Plus. I think it's like plus.google.com/plus Adafruit and just look for the event on Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's there. It's 7:30, and then we say, here's a link to join.
Yep.
We might move the show until Discord eventually because there's more video stuff and folks are here, but we're just, like, we maximize Hangouts. I think we are the only entity that uses Hangouts every single week with this many people every single time and certainly broadcasts it live.
Yeah.
So I think they might just be like doing this for us, which is fine.
That's fine.
But I'm always worried that we don't have any insight into the future of the product or what's going to happen. So we make sure we're ready for anything. So there's a peer.in.
Information doesn't come out of the Google machine. Information only goes into the Google machine.
So it seems.
So it seems.
I've recently learned this.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's do.
Okay.
Let's do the giveaway.
We're going to give away a Featherwing 3.5-inch TFT, which is super handy. You can even wire it up to a different microcontroller that's 3 volts if you don't want to use a Feather. But there's a lot of people with Feathers, so if you have one, this is a good one to enter. You can't enter if you've won something before. Only one winner per my lifetime. The first person to answer the trivia questions wins. The trivia question is your name, where you're calling from, and a project you're working on or you want to work on. And you get to be asked the questions by calling the phone number when it appears. So call that phone number,
Yeah.
and I'm going to ask you those 3 questions.
Be ready.
And then if you're the first caller, you win.
We should say turn down your computer before you do it.
And when if you do, just turn off your. Otherwise, you get feedback. And
you'll hear you hearing you.
it's also 2 seconds off, so people start kind of like freaking because they're hearing me, and then they hear me, and then they don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just turn off your monitor
Okay.
sound when you call, if I pick up.
The phone lines are open. So all you have to do is call this number.
Call this number.
Yeah.
Kind of
One,
dark.
two.
Oh,
That was fast.
fast. Remember the time like somebody called like instantly? They totally
That's this time. That's what it is. Yeah. All right. Go for it.
Hello, you reached the desk of Ask an Engineer. It's me, Lady Ada, and you're the winner.
Hi, this is David from Virginia.
Hey, David from Virginia.
Hey,
Well, you're
David.
the winner of a fabulous 3.5-inch TFT Featherwing. Wow. Ooh, the crowd goes wild. David, what's a project you're working on or you want to work on?
I'm doing a lot of Raspberry Pi Internet of Things stuff right now,
Okay.
so I'm looking forward to trying out the TFT.
Okay, yeah, you could wire it up to a Raspberry Pi if you want to. Or if you have a Feather, plug that in. You could have a remote viewing station. So all you
I
have
do
to
have
do...
a Feather, so
Yeah, see? Great. All you have to do is email support@adafruit.com, SUPPORT at adafruit.com, and say, hey, it's David from Virginia, and I won product
3651.
3651. That's 3,651, and they will send you one toot sweet.
Great, thank you very much.
All right, have a lovely evening.
You too.
Goodbye.
Bye.
All right. That'll
Easy.
work out. That was
Except I
cool.
can never remember what show I'm on.
Well, that's a good problem.
Yeah,
We're going to do other shows too.
yeah.
Yeah, we're just going to keep doing this. As long as we have people who watch and like to hang out, we'll keep doing
Look,
it.
it's live.
Yeah. I wanted to do a show called Machine Unlearning, and it would be about AI that's just not working out.
Oh, yeah.
And what we can do to make it better.
Set it on fire.
It's an idea. No.
Okay.
Could be used for some good things. Yeah.
All right.
All
another
right.
show.
Well, everybody, that's the show for tonight.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, we're going to be here all the time. But, yeah, we are. We'll be here next week. Show and tell next week, 7:30 p.m. Ask an Engineer next week. And Pedro have the show on Wednesdays, 3D Hangouts. JP tomorrow, Jump Park Workshop. And I believe very soon we will be back to some Deaths of Lady 80. We've just been busy.
Well, look, I went to this event on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then I was filming last weekend. And
Yeah.
the weekend before then, I don't even remember what I was doing, but I was doing
Filming.
something. Filming.
Yeah.
So it's like I can only really do
Yeah.
that much because I'll think of all these products I have to get out.
Yeah.
This 3.5-inch TFT feathering I've been working on for a bit. I'm very glad that it's done because I think it'll be
Yep.
very popular. There's a couple projects that I want to do that I was like, I really need to get this finished. Like I wanted to make you a stream deck,
Yep.
and I wanted to also make a little VT100 terminal thing.
Okay. Well, don't forget, everyone, the code's Pablo. 10% off on Native Store all the way up to 11.59. It helps us. These people, they're just like, hey, it'd be cool if you ordered a kit or some electronics, even if it's not for you, get it for someone else. That's the code all
That's
the way
the
up
sound
to
in it?
11.59. So we'll see everybody next week. Thank you, everyone in Discord, the community. Thank you, all of our remote team members here at Adafruit, everyone who helps make this a really good place. Virtually, physically, metaphorically, philosophically. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we'll see everybody next week.
Viscerally.
See you later.
Happy
Here is
Halloween.
a picture of
MOSFET.
the cat.
MOSFET. He's at home waiting for us.
And don't forget to subscribe. Here's your moment of Zener.
Bye.
Subscribe.
Publish.
Yeah.
Thank you.